Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
Well, at the beginning of the semester, I chose the community issue of heart disease. And I chose this community issue because it's a very prominent disease in the United States. It's actually the number one killer in the United States. And I thought overall that it was very interesting. Also, I have multiple family members that have experienced heart disease, so it really hits home for me. Just to see them go through it, I was just wondering overall about the information about heart disease. So that's why I chose heart disease as my community issue.
Okay, thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
Well, my group chose health insurance and health care in the United States as our community issue, and our call to action was both to vote for politicians who are looking to reform healthcare. Also, it was just to become insured overall because it's very important for us as Americans to become insured for the unplanned and unexpected illnesses that we suffer throughout the United States. So it's very important to have that safety net of healthcare and health insurance. So our two call to actions were just to become insured, just become get health insurance, invest in your health care, and also just to vote for politicians who want to improve health care throughout the United States.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
I think that they would say my biggest strength is just my overall flexibility throughout the things that we do as a group. I can recall multiple times that I had to take on multiple tasks that required different types of skills, and I was able to accomplish and excel in the completion of these tasks. And just the reason why I was able to complete these tasks is because my flexibility as a person. I also can recall multiple times that we had to find different times to work that aren't usual for a group to work at, and I was able to, I guess, accommodate my teammates in our ability to work together. So I think that if you ask my partner, they would say that my big strength is just my overall flexibility throughout the things that we do.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
Well, I think the most challenging part about working with my team is just the timing of when we could work together. I know that I have a busy schedule as an athlete, so we had to find different times to work at, and sometimes it was inconvenient for them, and sometimes it was inconvenient for me. But we were able to find different times to actually work together, which is very useful. But when we got together, we were actually very productive, and we achieved and progressed through our tasks very easily and very well. It was just about finding time to work together and finding enough time to work together so we can be as efficient as possible.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Comm 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
Well, I think my biggest takeaway is just the overall importance of public speaking. Throughout the class, we were shown that it's so important to be able to speak in public and so important just to be able to communicate with individuals face to face. So I think my biggest takeaway is just the overall importance it is to have the abilities to talk to different people and the abilities to talk to different people fluently and eloquently and clearly and be able to get a point across. Because if you're not able to do that, then how would you be able to communicate with anyone? So I just over the overall importance of public speaking and communication.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so. Take care.
Alrighty, thank you. Take care too.